Hey the internet. It seems that everybody on YouTube is getting nostalgic lately, and I decided to join in that fun too. And I went through some of my old high school stuff and found probably the notebook I wrote in the most throughout all 4 years of high school. It's kind of a trip. So let's get started. Just bear with me. Okay, if you can read that, it's Julius Caesar the musical. This was from sophomore year. I remember it perfectly. We read Julius Caesar in class, and I decided I wanted to write a musical for it. I have about that much of it written. It's kind of lame, but it does have something about a saucy fellow, and yeah. I was going to write another musical called The Mick Musical, which is a musical about working at McDonald's, because, you know, I have so much experience working at McDonald's. I've never worked at McDonald's a day in my life. I guess it's like an outline of a paper I was going to do about the adventures of Tom Sawyer. Even more, I never do this much work for paper anymore. Like, I literally, for paper, will just sit down, read the thing, and write a paper. This is even more work about point of view and plot and stuff. And then I even have some research. Research, really? I don't do that. We also have this, which actually my teacher wrote this on the board, like word for word. The semicolon is your friend. Comma splices are the spawn of Satan. One of the sentences he used to show how to properly use the semicolon is this wonderful sentence here: I love my cat, my wife wants to kill it. This is something else from sophomore year, driver's ed. One of our things we had to do was something creative about driving and stuff. So I wasn't a huge musical kick that year apparently, because we decided to write a musical for our project. I don't actually know what the title is, but one of the songs is Breathalyzer Test, one of the songs is DWI, one of the songs is Stuff You Need, like stuff you need in a car. I think this was supposed to be an animated movie thing that I was going to make about Halloween that I never did. There's a lot of things I never did in here. Actually, speaking of ideas I wrote down but never finished, we have this. I'm pretty sure this is from freshman year. It's ideas for new movies and brief summaries. Now let me read you some of these and see how generic they are. Saving Flarp. 3 kids go to another planet to help from being destroyed. Graveyard School. On Halloween, a graveyard behind the school becomes deadly as zombies pop up from it. Pop up from it? Really, Jack? Pop up is like the word you used to describe how zombies come out of their grave. The Forest. A group of friends enter a forest and are being followed by a murderer. That one, if you will look, has double stars behind it, which means I thought it was a great idea. I have a plot outline for this. 2 girls are camping out. 2 boys come and scare them. They hear a sound. They go into the woods. Hunters become hunted. They were never hunters. And are picked off one by one. And then I even have a list, this is the greatest part, of how the kids die. Apparently I couldn't come up with a better idea than sharp stick through chest, because I needed 2 more, but I couldn't come up with a better idea than the first one, so the other 2 were just blank. These next couple pages I have, like, I apparently wanted to be a cartographer, which I believe is the right word for map maker, which is awesome that I knew that off the top of my head. These are streets from around, this is like around my neighborhood. This one is my neighborhood. I even drew in trees and everything. Someone's a pimp. I'm a pimp, damn it. Then we get into some poetry that I wrote. White. If you look, white. There is no symbolism in this poem. Yeah. And I started to write an underpants. I actually went on this spree, I think my freshman year, where I started to write odes to things. I started writing odes to things. I have an ode to friction, an ode to hot dogs, random stuff. It is actually kind of funny. It's a comic I drew. My friend illustrated it. It's called Little Ghost. Mommy, there's a human under my bed. And it says, vote for me. And it says, Andy's a politician. And then my opponent accuses me. It's kind of funny. A little, in a sophomore way. I wrote an ode to Mountain Dew at one point too. Which is just random, but whatever. And then I'm going to act this out at some point because this video is way long. I don't even know if it'll fit in 10-minute time limit. But we have the Book of Febreze. There's a ton of background, and we'll get into it. And but let me just read you the first paragraph of this, and I will probably do a dramatic interpretation of what I have of the Book of Febreze so far, which is the most I've ever written of anything in this notebook, like a ton of pages. But let me read you like the first paragraph of the prologue. In the beginning, there was Febreze alone, spreading its mountainy freshness everywhere it went. But the Febreze was still sad, even amidst its mountainy freshness, for it had no one to share with. So it made the universe and filled it with stars and galaxies, and he put within the galaxies planets. Febreze named one of the galaxies after itself, and put within it 9 planets. It named the planet Earth. It liked Earth, and settled itself there. I'm rewriting the Bible, basically, as a Febreze thing. Yeah. This is probably like the most satire I've ever written. Ever. I really want to finish the Book of Febreze. It's gonna be huge whenever I finish it. I might actually start putting it on my computer. Yeah. It's gonna be epic. But I think that's pretty much it. There's also, I have a little comic in here called Blobules that I made about 6 of. Whatever. So that's my epic high school notebook. Do you guys have anything like that? That just like is from your high school that you have like a ton of ideas in? Because I do. Alright, I have to edit this 15-minute video. Yay, see ya.